Hey, it's me, Rebecca, and I'm coming at you with some more core relief, posture reset. This is more of phase two. So if you did phase one, little lighter, some foundational pointers, and I'll start by reviewing those quick little pointers, and then we'll move forward from there. So just some things to keep in mind. This short practice is for your core. It's not just abs, it's back, it's sides. And you think of how important your core is. All day we walk around, and without our core, we would be something like this, if not even more collapsed. So core strength is crucial for posture. And then when you add on the stuff that we do that's forward, we're typing, we're on our Zoom calls, we're doing all this stuff. It's just like this double whammy. So by not only releasing, stretching, opening up the core, but also strengthening the core, it's going to help us, look like this till we're 100 versus like this. So the few things that I shared in the last little video that I really do recommend doing every day, as long as your neck allows. If you're standing, make sure that you're keeping your joints soft, little bend of the knees and neutral pelvis. Over time, you might notice that you let yourself sag or tuck and come to that place where you feel centered. That's going to help set up that natural support of your spine. The other couple things to keep in mind as we move through this, it's like general rule, lengthen the spine, always lengthen the spine. Think of your spine having a space between each disc. How can you constantly lift up through the crown and ground down through the tailbone? Create length all the way up and down through each phase of the back. Then the last little bit has to do with your neck and the way you hold your head. The head is heavy. Without the strength of your neck, it's going to dump forward. It's over 5 pounds. Most people, it's like 8 to 10 pounds of head on top of your little neck, tiniest little discs of the spine. When you lift your head up, just noticing, first of all, if you had some room to grow, think of growing up. And then when you do that, you lift your chin. So by putting a hand behind your head, and I'll do this in all sorts of yoga postures, a hand behind the head just to draw the chin in or retract the chin in towards the throat. And then other times, adding the hand under the chin for a little tuck. And you could do this, actually take the hands and do this, or over time, maybe it's like training wheels. You do it enough that you can repeat that without putting the hands anywhere. So you could do it in the grocery store line. I mean, I'll do this in public. I have no problem doing this stuff. So as we move today, just check yourself. And if I speak to those things, just know that's where I'm coming from. So let's start standing and come to the top of your mat. Soft bend in the knees, neutral pelvis, lifted spine, and arms relaxed. Palms are forward. Notice where your head is in space. Is it dumped down? If you were standing against a wall right now, could you feel the back of your head, back of the shoulders, hips all pressing against? Eyes open or closed, deep in the breath. Breathe through the nose, breathe through the mouth. Breathe in more oxygen. The longer you stand here, also notice what starts to give in or weaken. Do you lock the knees? Do the hips start to move? Recommit. Lift the spine. Take another breath. Inhale, lift your arms. Connect the palms. Exhale, hands meet at your heart. Sync the movement with your breath. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, open the arms wide. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, prayer hands to your heart. Take one more inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, open the arms wide. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bend your knees, slide your prayer hands down, trace the line of your spine all the way down in between your feet, forward fold. Bend your knees. Glide the fingers to your shins. Inhale, lengthen the crown of your head forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take one more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees a lot. Send your tailbone back. Look forward like you're sitting in a chair. Stretch the arms out wide and then rise all the way up, arms overhead. Look up towards the sky and then relax the arms by your sides. I'll bend your knees, sit back and down, revisit that feeling of chair. Now, if you look down, the knees are definitely behind the toes. You can see the tips of your toes. Doesn't matter how low you go. Focus more on sitting back. And if you sit a lot, it might be challenging to find that truest backwards motion. A lot of times the people I work with, if they sit a lot, they think they're here and like this is it, when actually there's a lot of room to go back. So is that you? It's kind of like arms are full and you've got to shut the car door with your booty. And I feel that. And when you do that, squeeze the navel in, still breathe. Come up to stand. Keep the shoulders rolled back. Lift the arms, breathe in. Exhale, sit back and down into your chair. Open the sitting bones, keep going, going, going. Inhale, come up to stand, take one more. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, come up to stand. And exhale, sit into a light chair and place your hands on the tops of your thighs. I'll send the sitting bones even more back and up, tilting the tailbone. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders back. Drawn through the belly, tuck your tail, complete opposite. Arch the spine, standing cat. Inhale, lift your chest, tailbone goes back. Exhale, squeeze and round. Take one more, standing cow, breathe in. And exhale, coil. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, slide down, hang your head, shake it out. As you bend your knees, come down all the way towards the mat. Start in your tabletop. As you plant your palms underneath your shoulders, knees come underneath your hips. Move your hips a couple times side to side. And as your hips move side to side, just notice the left side, the right side. Arch the back, loop the belly down. Take that in each direction. Go the other way, arch up. And release your hips to your heels. Arms can be forward or back for child's pose. And as you take a couple breaths here, knowing that there's some heat coming, there's some fire coming, taking only what you need. You can always come back to this place. You stretch your arms forward and draw the body up towards a plank. Start with your wrist under the shoulders and extend your legs back. Do lift your knees up for a moment and then right away tap your knees down. You're landing right above the kneecap. Index fingers point forward. Now you're pushing the floor away. So grip with the fingers, push away, squeeze the belly in. And then remember that piece about the head. If the head drops here, what if you had your hand behind your head? Toes tucked, either stay with knees down or lift your knees up. Hold onto a plank. Pay attention to the spine, lengthen. Pay attention to your hips. If the hips pike up or sag down, bring them back to the middle. Push down through your hands, lengthen the spine. Tap the knees down. Take one more plank. Push down through the hands, knees down or knees lift. Lower your knees, come all the way down to your belly. Bend the elbows, soft landing here. Stretch your legs back. Lift your right leg, lift your left leg. Now float your hands out as wide as your mat. Roll your shoulders down from your ears, but continue to lengthen out through the crown of your head. This is a great place to sneak a hand or fingertips behind your head just to remind the head and neck how to press a little up. Push your hip bones and feet down and lift your chest off the floor. Lift the hands and squeeze right behind the heart. Lower your hands, lower your nose all the way to the floor. Push through the tops of your feet, push through the fronts of your hips. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest, lift your hands. If you look forward to see, once you see, look down. Retract the chin and lengthen as you press the head a little up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out, come down. Taking one more. Push through feet, hips, shoulders, squeeze, lift, lengthen, isolate, and then come down. Hands under the shoulders, push to your plank, knees down or knees up. Now come back into the neck. Gaze is a little forward. You'll have to play around with where does the gaze need to be. A couple feet, several feet. Feel into the back of the neck. If there are wrinkles in the back of your neck, your gaze is probably too forward. A little down. Toes tucked, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Well, push your hands down and forward. Press your hips up and back. I feel like you're literally getting pulled in opposite directions. The hips high, the hands low. Okay. Bend the knees, bend your elbows a little bit. Stretch. And then let your knees come back all the way down. Now have a seat. So you come around to have a seat. And you're lower to your back. Now, if you came here to work the core, lift the chest, tippy toes or floated toes, and start to come down inch by inch, or lengthen and lower all the way down. Now once you're down, pause. Squeeze the left knee in towards your chest. Rock the left knee a little side to side. And then as you switch, draw your right knee in. Same idea, just a little side to side. If you want to stretch your hips, do a different video, because this is more for your core. But I'm guessing it feels nice. So you release your right leg, stretch your arms overhead. You got full body reach. I'm keeping all the length in your sides. Bring your arms down beside you. Bend your knees, plant your feet, hip distance. Now already notice if your legs are going, I'm ready to go. Pause and push more through your shoulders, and then look straight up. Push your shoulders, your head down, lift your hips. So as you lift your hips up, you're coming into your bridge pose. And just noticing if the legs are dominating here, which thank goodness they're strong and they carry you all day. However, in bridge pose, start to walk the shoulders underneath. And if your hands are close enough, interlace your fingers. Keep pressing the arms down. You feel the muscles of your arms, your shoulders, your upper back. And don't turn your head. Look straight up. And as you push through your legs, feel like your legs are adding the last little touch to the pose. Keep rolling into your upper back, pushing your arms down. Relax the belly. Take a breath there. And as you start to loosen the hands, lower your upper back all the way down to your tail. To your chest, and either pull yourself up or pull yourself up. And then as you spin around here, bring the knees underneath your hips. Come on back. Wrists underneath your shoulders. Rock the hips a little side to side. As you come through to center, take the hands a palm print or two forward. Come back into your plank. Squeeze through the belly. Now lift your knees, push the hands down, and bring your right knee towards your chest. Step it back. Left knee towards your chest. Step it back. Right knee to the chest. Step it back. Left knee to the chest. Step it back. Take it one more time. And then as you lower your knees, bend your elbows, lower slowly to your belly. Press through the tops of the feet, the hips. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your hands or let them press. Cobra. Pay attention to your neck. Lengthen. Tuck the chin. And then lower down. Take another cobra. Shoulders back. Lift. Squeeze behind your heart. And lower down. Push through the hands up to your plank. Knees down or knees up. And then your call. Do you want to go to child's pose or press into a downward facing dog? Wherever you are, take a few breaths. And begin to walk your feet towards the middle of your mat. And bend through the knees, just slowly roll the spine up inch by inch. Bring the head up last. Once you're up, pull the shoulders back. So from the middle of your mat, just take a little pivot, face the long edge of your mat, and start to wiggle the feet wide or even hop the feet out wide. Start with your toes pointing forward and feel like you're pushing the mat apart, like you're trying to rip it apart. Strengthen your outer glutes, hips, part of your core. Squeeze through the belly, lift up. Now stretch your arms overhead. Never locking the knees, never locking the elbows. But create all the length up through the spine. Feel like your head is going backwards, chin is tucking down. Breathe in. Exhale, left hand to right shin, drawing up through the right fingers. Inhale back through center. And exhale, switch right hand, left leg. As you go through the motion, keep pushing the feet down and out. Now start to play with hugging in through your heels, left hand to right shin. Never slouching, all the length up, right hand to left leg. Inhale, lift. Take another exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Take one more. This time notice if your abs are doing any work here. Squeeze through the belly and go. Inhale, open, and exhale. I'll come back up. Arms overhead. Relax your arms down. Now feel into your feet. Last couple minutes here. You're pushing down and out through your feet, and you're hugging in through your arches of your feet, inner outer thighs. Feel it strengthen your legs, and then neutralize your pelvis. Lift up through the spine. Okay. Feel like my hands are there on your hips, pushing your hips down, and in exchange, you're growing an inch taller again. Tucking the chin, hand may come behind your head. Push your hips back, tilt forward with all of that still going. Don't drop your head, keep the chin a little tucked, and come down into your wide leg fold. Now, once you arrive, you can hang your head, soften the knees even more. Opportunity to move a little bit. Bend through the knees, move through the hips. And once you're low, either stay with just being right here in the middle or slide your left hand under your chest, reach the right arm up into the air. Pay attention to your spine and neck. Press your hips back evenly. As you release your right hand, take both hands over to your left leg and pull. Pull the torso towards your left leg. Come to center, come onto the right fingertips. Draw the crown of your head forward, reach your left arm high, breathe in. Exhale, lower down, take both hands over to the right ankle. One last pull here. Any part of the right leg you can hold, a little bend to your knees, pull sideways, tuck the chin. Come back through to center, come onto the fingertips, look forward, squeeze through the belly, hands may come to hips as you rise up. Back to where you started. So you either step or hop your feet together. Move through your ankles, move through your toes. Roll the shoulders back. You did it. You just carved out a little posture refresher. Hopefully woke up your abs, your sides, your back. Some supporting strength in the hips, and then definitely paying attention to your precious neck. There's hardly any bones in there. It's a lot of soft tissue, so keep it loose. Keep it relaxed, and I'll see you next time.